How your looking at myself is killing me. How it kills me. How your looking at myself, how it kills me to myself. Luis Miguel, suave or smooth. But that's the translation. He sings in Espanol, and the translation into English is roughly what I just described. Luis Miguel is a Cohen of sorts. He's not exactly American Cohen, but there are a number of Cohen problems that are deported to Central America, South America, and maybe all over the world. And I just don't see who exactly was close to the Cohen when it was being created by the soul in worlds number 1 through 16. And I'm here now, which means the Cohen is deceased, and everybody knows him as Jesus or Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ used to have, as a Cohen, he had maybe people around himself that were close to him physically, like in his town, you could say, or even in his country, that were named Cohen, or they had descent out of Cohen and were given other last names so that they could be Jewish or Jewy, and they were related to the Cohen that way. The one who is being created. I am the soul of the superior founder. I didn't create the soul myself because I am myself. That's what I mean is something created what we now know as Jesus Christ, but he was elsewhere as Cohen. And now I call him Jesus Cohen because he doesn't have deceased as Cohen, and he doesn't have that he's crucified as Jesus Christ anymore, and the churches are all due closed. The Pope did die, and he's in a funeral, and then he is someplace else missing because he's not really due in a coffin because he doesn't have that he's the Pope anymore. It's true that the clergy are dismantled by Jesus Christ is no longer considered to be formed. He is not getting the leverage that it is to be Jesus Christ. Jesus Cohen is his name right now, and he's really going to get the name like Joel Cohen, and that's not true that he would. He's not a Joel. He died out of that name, and I'm here to say that it's homeless to be elsewhere at this time because the clergy are dismantled out of Christianity. Christianity's deceased, and I don't need any more leverage out of Christianity. I don't need that you wear a crucifix or a cross around, like as jewelry. I don't need that. That's illegal jewelry. That's you not understanding that you're due in prison and due in an unclean death because you're not myself. Jesus himself did not understand that, and he did not get alive in this world because I'm here. He's not allowed to be here if I'm here. And what do you treat me worse than you ever treated Jesus? But he was always doing something wrong. It's true that Jesus doesn't know the half of his problems because he was hiding in my house. It's my house. It's my world. You're not allowed to be here if you're not myself. You can watch me in a creation. You can watch me make creation, but you can't watch me run from you because you're trespassing in creation and there are so many of you and you think that's where you belong. That's not true. It's true that you don't live here or you don't dwell here. It's not your place, and you can't just be entertained by mass media, mass communications, and threatening with traffic and telephones, and that you know one another. You pretend like you're friendly with one another when you're really not friends. That's why you all have different last names and different first names. And if you share a first name, you don't necessarily know each other. If you share a last name, you don't want to be together because you want everybody off their parents' money. So if they share a last name, you tell them to get off their parents' money and you don't know why and you don't know who. You're so indiscriminate. You said it to me, and I'm going through all the way to the bottom of hell, and here I am. I am not allowed to be born again because I have too much karma that I need to decease in the prisons. And by the time I'm done with all of the creation of this world, number 17, I will have been spending time in it that exceeds my self-deceased. I will die out of that. It's not myself that you're angry with. I will die of that you're angry with yourselves, that you don't know how to get a death on yourselves in prison.